Hey folks, tonight I'm going to be tying this wee fly here. This is a fly that I had most of my fish on Saturday. I was fishing a wee hill loch near where I live. It's called Brickbowie. It sits up the hill behind Loch Braddon. And it's a good wee loch. Fair wee fish. There'll be an odd biggin in it too, but the majority are small. I had a couple over the 12 inch mark, which is actually quite good for that loch, but I was fishing a floating line with 3 flies, just 2 on them back, and I had this in my first rope on. This was definitely the fly of the day for up there. So this is it here anyway, and I'll get started. So I'm going to put in a Kamasan B175 size 12. Put in the vise. And the thread I'll be using is the black uni thread 8/0. This fly really is a simple wee fly to tie, and it's this time of year the cochy beetles are on the waters, especially round about here where I live, the Galloway Hills, Loch Doon, etc. The loch's up and about that way, so it's definitely a handy pattern to have in your box. I'm sure most of these kind of cochy are a well loved and well known pattern, and it's been a #1 fly for a lot of folk round about here for the Loch Doon competitions, but this is a wee variant of it for you, so I'll show you. So I'm going to take the thread down to just before the bend of the hook. Catch it in there. And your thread down to just about there. Just roughly the line of your barb, or line of your point of your hook roughly. I'm going to tie in a wee butt, which is this stuff here. I'll show you. Take an inch or 2 off it. It's an Opal Mirage tinsel, small. There's a wee target there, that's a wee butt. So just tie that in. Catch it in there, a few turns to low, bring it down. And a few turns round, don't need too much of this, just a good few turns down and then a few back. 5 or 6 turns down and then same again. Catch that in, tie it off. You can put a wee bit of glue or a wee bit of varnish or something on this just to make it a wee bit stronger. Snip that off, and the rib I'm using is a wee French small gold. If I can get it anyway. Same again, just take a wee inch or 2 off it. Tie that in. And for the back half of the body, the stuff I used is this here. It's actually dyed green peacock kerrel. You can use any of that, it don't really make much difference, but I tied this way for Saturday, so I'll tie it again today, but it's up to yourself what colour you use. Same too, you can use a couple of strands, but I'm just going to use the one strand, as I'm not going to be tying along the full hook shank. So just bring that down to catch in, just to where your start of your butt is, your pearl, and halfway back up, and then snip the wee bit there off. And my peacock kerrels, as you know, it's quite a fragile material to use, so wind it on the opposite way you'll do your rib. So I would do it this way, and again bring it up to your halfway up your hook to your thread. Oh, slipped. Let's go back. A few more turns here just to bulk that wee bit up a bit. And then thread round to catch in. A few more to catch that, and then snip off. And for the other half of the body, I'll be using this stuff here, which I've been using quite a lot just now, to be honest, and some flies and just changing things up a bit. This is the olive peacock dub, if you can see that there. It really is good stuff. As I say, with the cochy bendy beetle coming off this time of year, this stuff really is quite similar to the colours that the shell of the beetle will be giving off, so it's quite handy to have stuff like this. First of all, I'll use my dubbing wax and dub the thread. This is a wee dubbing wax I use. It's only £2 or £3 off eBay and it really is good stuff. I've used 2 or 3 of the bigger names, but to be honest, that stuff there's as good as any, if no better. So I'll take a pinch, and it's up to yourself how big you want the kind of thorax side of the fly. You can put a lot more on to build it up a bit, or just put some on just to keep it the same kind of thickness as your harrow there. So put that up, tie that in. Let's make it that wee bit bigger, wee bit thicker anyway. Tie off, and then when your rib, you'll come the way you usually always do it. It's from me towards you at the camera. 3 or 4 turns. 3, 4, and then catch them in your thread. As I say, it really is a quick and simple fly, but definitely was effective for me, and I'm sure it'll be effective for you as well, whoever fishes it on the wee hull lochs or even big lochs, whatever, as you can fish, they love the coca bendy. So, and for the hackle here, I'm using it's a wee snip and a golden badger. I'll go it. Let's take a wee bit off that. Bloody blue bolt fleeing about my room now, Jesus Christ, man. Just don't off the windy. So that's it there. Just take a wee bit of the fibres away so your stem's showing and tie that in. If I can get it to catch. What's going on here? Foot a wee bit. There we go, eventually, Christ's sake. A few turns to catch it and then snip the wee bit off. And then again, it's up to you how many turns you want to do in your head if you want it a wee bit bushy of it, but 2 or 3 is usually enough. Get your hackle pliers, catch it in, and then bring it through. 1, 2, I'll go for 3. 3. Pull them back, catch that in. A few turns to lock, you can pull that off, and just fold your fibres back and a few turns to tidy up the head and tie it off. And that's basically it. That's my 2-tone coca bendy. Couple of wee fibres sticking out there I don't like, so you can get your hackle pliers and you can cut that off. One, 2, 3, 4, I'll go for 5. And that is it. Cut that and I'll put some varnish on it, and that's basically that's the fly. It's a good fly to, when I first did it time as a teenager, as I said before, it was wee coca bendies and that kind of stuff you learn to tie on. I say they're simple enough. Varnish off, and then again a wee bit of wire or something just to go through your eye, just so the varnish doesn't close up the eye. And that's it, that's a wee 2-tone coca bendy I tied. I say it's a simple pattern, and it's up to yourselves as well. If you get your velcro brush, you might bring a few of the wee fibres of the dubbing through just to put it through. That's it. It's a simple pattern, but definitely effective in the hull lochs. Cheers.